Hello everyone. Today's video content is analysis of the real questions of the FCP, FGT, AD 7.4 exam, and explanation of relevant knowledge points. The following test questions are all from our question bank, and they were updated on November 29th, 2024. Exam overview. Exam topics. Associated certifications. Preparation tips. Question 1. Which statement about the NetAPI polling mode in FSSO collector agents is true? The knowledge points of this question are: FSSO authentication mechanism. NetAPI polling lets FSSO pull user login details directly from the domain controller. It's easy to set up and doesn't need extra software on the DC. This makes it great for smaller setups. However, it doesn't track logouts well and can use some bandwidth due to frequent queries. Take a look at some of the options for this question. Correct. The NetAPI function retrieves user login details directly from the domain controllers. Incorrect. NetAPI polling does not rely on Windows logs to detect logouts. Incorrect. NetAPI can sometimes affect network bandwidth, though the impact is usually minimal. Incorrect. DNS queries are not used in this polling mode for authentication data. Question 2. What are two characteristics of FortiGate's agentless polling mode for FSSO? The knowledge points of this question are: FSSO, agentless integration. Agentless mode allows FortiGate to directly grab user info from the DC using protocols like NetAPI or SMB. It's simple to configure and doesn't require installing a collector agent, which is great for smaller networks. But in larger networks, it can struggle with high user activity since it depends heavily on the DC's performance. Correct. Agentless polling uses NetAPI to query Active Directory servers. Incorrect. It doesn't necessarily require minimal configuration on DCs compared to other modes. Correct. It depends on the SMB protocol to access event log data from DCs. Incorrect. Workstation monitoring capabilities are not a feature of agentless polling. Question 3. Which two types of information are synchronized between FortiGate HA members? The knowledge points of this question are: FortiGate HA synchronization. In HA setups, FortiGate devices share important data like session tables and DHCP leases. This keeps ongoing connections from dropping if one device fails. Routing info, though, is managed separately using protocols like OSPF, ensuring all devices stay updated. Correct. Firewall session tables are synchronized to maintain session persistence. Correct. DHCP server leases are synchronized to ensure consistent IP management. Incorrect. SSL VPN session data is not always synchronized in an HA environment. Incorrect. Dynamic routing configurations are not synchronized directly. Only routing information is shared. Question 4. In a FortiGate NAT mode deployment with physical interfaces for LAN and DMZ, which two conditions must be met? The knowledge points of this question are: FortiGate NAT mode configuration. In NAT mode, each interface needs a unique IP address and must show up in the routing table. Static IPs are more stable, but DHCP can work too. This setup ensures FortiGate can properly route traffic between networks. Incorrect. Static IPs are not mandatory. DHCP can also assign them. Correct. Interfaces must appear in the routing table for proper traffic handling. Incorrect. DHCP doesn't need to be enabled on both interfaces. Correct. Each interface needs an IP address to function properly. Question 5. How can RPF checking be disabled in FortiGate? The knowledge points of this question are: anti-spoofing security mechanism. RPF checks verify if incoming traffic has a valid return path to prevent spoofing. If your network uses asymmetric routing, RPF might block legitimate traffic. You can turn it off by disabling SRC check on the interface. Correct. Disabling SRC check at the interface level turns off RPF checking. Incorrect. These settings do not directly control RPF checking. Question 6. Why does a browser display certificate warnings when accessing HTTPS websites through FortiGate with full SSL inspection enabled? The knowledge points of this question are: SSL, TLS, inspection and certificate validation. When FortiGate does SSL inspection, it uses its own certificate. If your browser doesn't trust this certificate, you'll see warnings. To fix this, the FortiGate certificate must be added to your device's trusted list, ensuring secure and smooth browsing. Incorrect. Extensions are usually present in FortiGate certificates. Correct. The browser sees FortiGate's certificate as untrusted unless it's added to the browser's trusted store. Incorrect. These don't directly cause browser warnings. Question 7. What are 3 properties of SD-WAN zones in FortiGate? The knowledge points of this question are: SD-WAN architecture. SD-WAN zones group interfaces for easier routing and load balancing. Traffic is routed based on metrics like latency and jitter, so apps like VoIP get faster, more reliable connections. It's flexible and improves performance. Incorrect. SD-WAN zones can't include interfaces from different VDOMs. Each VDOM manages its own zones. Correct. Zones can be used in policy routing to control traffic paths based on rules. Incorrect. You can create an SD-WAN zone without adding interfaces right away. Members can be added later. Correct. A zone can include both physical and logical interfaces. Correct. SD-WAN zones support load balancing to split traffic across different paths for better performance. Question 8. Which FortiGate SSL VPN configuration ensures that remote users can securely access FTP and application data? The knowledge points of this question are: SSL VPN modes. SSL VPN tunnel mode creates a secure connection for remote users, letting them access internal resources like apps and servers as if they're on the local network. It's perfect for full network access, unlike web mode, which is more limited. Incorrect. These do not provide the comprehensive access tunnel mode offers. Correct. Tunnel mode is designed for accessing multiple services securely. Question 9. In a multi-VDOM environment, which statement about deploying the security fabric is true? The knowledge points of this question are: a multi-VDOM and security fabric integration. Each VDOM can join its own security fabric, making it great for multi-tenant setups. For example, one VDOM can manage production while another handles testing. This keeps networks independent, but still allows centralized control when needed. Correct. Each VDOM can join its own security fabric. Incorrect. These statements either limit flexibility or incorrectly describe the deployment. Question 10. Which three principles guide routine in FortiGate's SD-WAN? The knowledge points of this question are: SD-WAN traffic management. SD-WAN routes traffic through active interfaces that meet performance thresholds like low latency. It ignores non-member routes and focuses on dynamic path selection to keep critical apps, like video calls, running smoothly on the best links. Correct. Only active members are used for routing decisions. Correct. Non-member routes are ignored in SD-WAN rules. Correct. Routes must meet SLA thresholds to be used. Incorrect. Static routes and policy-based rules have different priority considerations. Question 11. When using application control in FortiGate, what functionality does it provide? The knowledge points of this question are: application traffic management. FortiGate's application control lets you manage specific app behaviors, like blocking file sharing in tools like Teams, but still allowing chat. It gives you detailed control so you can secure your network without interrupting essential workflows. Incorrect. These options either misrepresent application control or omit critical details. Correct. FortiGate can apply actions differently to parent and child applications. Question 12. What happens when FortiGate enters Conserve mode? The knowledge points of this question are: System Resource Protection. Conserve mode kicks in when FortiGate's memory is low. Non-critical tasks pause, but critical features, like IPS and quarantines, stay active. If failopen is enabled, IPS inspection continues to ensure security, even in this mode. Incorrect. Not all non-essential processes are suspended, nor are configuration changes always blocked. Correct. IPS inspection continues only if failopen is enabled. Correct. Critical features remain active to ensure security. Question 13. Which CLI commands can troubleshoot Layer 3 connectivity issues? The knowledge points of this question are: Network diagnostics. Use ping to check if a device is reachable. Diagnose sysarp to verify IP to MAC mappings. And trace a route to see the path packets take. These tools help quickly pinpoint network connectivity issues. Incorrect. These are less focused on Layer 3 troubleshooting. Correct. These commands are ideal for diagnosing routing, ARP, and connectivity. Question 14. How can dial-up VPN users be matched to specific tunnels in aggressive mode? The knowledge points of this question are: VPN configuration. Assigning a unique peer ID to each tunnel in aggressive mode ensures that user traffic goes to the correct tunnel. This setup is great for managing multiple VPN connections, especially in large or multi-branch setups. Correct. Peer IDs ensure that users connect to specific tunnels. Incorrect. These options are unrelated to aggressive mode matching. Question 15. Which protocol must FortiGate allow when active authentication is enabled, but the user cannot log in? The knowledge points of this question are: DNS dependency and authentication. Active authentication needs DNS to resolve domain names for login services. If DNS is blocked, users can't log in. Allowing DNS traffic ensures the authentication process works smoothly. Correct. DNS is essential for name resolution during login. Incorrect. These protocols are not as critical. Question 16. Which SSL VPN timer setting mitigates denial of service attacks? The knowledge points of this question are: denial of service protection. The SSL VPN request header timeout limits how long FortiGate waits for incomplete requests. This prevents attackers from overloading the system with fake or unfinished requests, keeping resources free for real users. Correct. The request header timeout is designed to prevent resource exhaustion. Incorrect. These timers manage different aspects of SSL VPN. Question 17. Which engine handles application control traffic in FortiGate? The knowledge points of this question are: FortiGate Traffic Management. The application control engine analyzes traffic and enforces rules at the app level. It works with IPS and antivirus to block threats while allowing legitimate app usage. This keeps your network secure and traffic under control. Correct. The application control engine manages app-specific traffic. Incorrect. These engines handle other security features. Question 18. Which two statements describe antibiotic scanning modes in FortiGate? The knowledge points of this question are: proxy-based and flow-based scanning. Proxy-based scanning checks entire files before allowing them, which is thorough but slower. Flow-based scanning inspects data as it passes through, making it faster but less detailed. You can choose the mode based on your network's needs. Correct. Proxy-based scanning buffers files before scanning. Correct. Flow-based mode scans files in real time during transmission. Incorrect. These misrepresent the mode's functionality. Question 19. What is true about DNS configurations when FortiGuard servers are used as DNS servers? The knowledge points of this question are: secure DNS configurations. FortiGuard servers encrypted DNS traffic using DNS over TLS, keeping it private and secure. They also block malicious domains, combining security and privacy to protect your network from threats. Correct. DNS over TLS ensures encrypted queries. Incorrect. These options are either inaccurate or irrelevant. Question 20. What are two features of the collector agent in advanced mode? The knowledge points of this question are: FSSO collector agent. Advanced mode lets you filter user groups on FortiGate and supports domain-style usernames for easier user management. It's perfect for networks with complex group setups or where detailed control is needed. Correct. Group filtering is configured on FortiGate in advanced mode. Correct. Domain-style usernames are supported in this mode. Incorrect. These features do not describe advanced mode accurately. If you have any questions about the FCP FGT AD 7.4 exam, please leave a message in the comment area or contact us directly. Thank you everyone for watching. See you next time.